Sis, can you talk to me right now? I got a call that you were seriously injured and hospitalized. Are you okay? Bethany, thanks for contacting me. I can't call you because I'm in the hospital room, but we can text each other. I was so surprised to hear about your accident. I was surprised too. Maybe I'm the most surprised here. So, how are you feeling? I'm fine, but I broke my leg, or more precisely, the bone near my femur. I'm going to be in the hospital for a while. Even if I get out of the hospital, I'll have to move from one hospital to another for rehabilitation. It's going to be a long time. I see. How's the pain? It's just after the accident, so I'm still in a lot of pain. But I'm in the hospital, so I can tell the nurses to help me get rid of the pain. Just listening to what you told me, it sounds like it hurts so much. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Yeah, thanks. I'll let you know if I need your help. Judas, are you busy? I just entered my lunch break. I see. Anyway, could you bring me a change of clothes? I've been wearing the same clothes for so long, so I need to change. I'm going on a business trip tomorrow. Really? Seems that you're busy. Don't you have time tonight? You can just use the courier to deliver it to me. Don't be reckless. I need to wake up early in the morning tomorrow. I know, but I want to see you. You're not a child. Don't be selfish. I can't let myself spoil you all the time. I'm sorry for troubling you. The pain has subsided a bit, and I wanted to see you. Also, I really need a change of clothes. Why don't you just buy some? Don't just call me every time you want something. What? Are you mad at me? I'm sorry. I've been so busy that I just got irritated. Sorry for that. I'm also annoyed when you apologize in such a deliberate manner. Then what should I do? I'm still a wounded person, so please give me a little more help. Except for emergency call, I want you to stay quiet and recuperate. Isn't that too cold? I didn't get hurt because I wanted to. You should be a little more concerned about me. It's not that I'm not worried. Judas, you were so nice to me before. Lately, you've been kind of distant. Even before the accident, I was worried about you. What's wrong? Nothing. I'm just busy with work. I know that your work has gotten busier. You've been working more overtime hours than before. I always felt lonely whenever I cooked dinner and waited for you alone. Can you stop talking about that now? It has nothing to do with your injury or hospitalization, right? Yes, but you always contacted me before. Now you don't even bother to call me when you work overtime anymore. Now that we've been married for quite a while and I'm the breadwinner, we can't stay like newlyweds forever. You should understand that much. You never used to get mad at me for this. You're so persistent. Sorry. Oh, I forgot to tell you. What? I'm going on an overseas trip next week. What? At a time like this? What do you mean? I'm going to work and living my life as usual. Yes, but I've been in an accident and I'm in the hospital. Don't you have any concern for me? I do worry about you, but my co-workers invited me on a golf trip. I'm kind of living a single life now, so I said yes with a light heart. I can't believe you just did that. I'm about to go through a whole lot of rehab from now on. Then let me ask you, what do you want me to do? I can't help your injury. I also can't do the rehabilitation on your behalf. I know, but I'm mentally damaged too. I just want you to be close to me. You're being very childish, Rosie. I don't know how I can cope with you from now on. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm very busy at work, so you're on your own. We've got a great concession stand now. If you need something, you should buy it yourself. If you insist so much, I won't ask you anymore. It's so annoying when you twist things like that. Just forget it. Bethany, can I have a word? Sis, what's wrong? I was wondering if you could bring me a change of clothes. If I'm available, I'll do so. Really? Thanks. I'm going to run out of spare clothes today, so I need you to bring them by tomorrow. Tomorrow? Actually, I'm going on an overseas business trip tomorrow. What? You're going abroad on a business trip? Yes, I've been promoted. I see. I'll ask Mom to do it for me then. I'm sorry. Never mind. It can't be helped since you're working too. I wish my husband could be a little more helpful. Are you talking about Judas? What happened? Yes, he's busy with work, so he wants me to buy everything I don't have enough of. But if I had to buy everything, it would be ridiculous financially, wouldn't it? I'll be in the hospital for a long time from now on. I know. But your husband is on a business trip too, right? It's no wonder he couldn't help, even if you told him the day before. What? How did you know about that? What's wrong? Nothing. I'm sorry, I don't seem very helpful either. No problem. By the way, how long are you planning to stay overseas? I'm going to be there for 4 nights and 5 days starting tomorrow. Even though it's for work, it's my first time overseas, so I'm looking forward to it. That's great. Well, good luck with your work. I'm sorry I couldn't bring a change of clothes for you. Don't worry about that. Sis? Please, it's urgent. Bethany, is that you? What's wrong? I can't call you since I'm inside the hospital room, sorry. You can just text me. Your husband had an accident abroad. What? I just got a call from the police. It was a terrible accident and he's dying. They want one of his relatives to come. But you're in the hospital, so I'll go on your behalf. What do you mean he's dying? I don't know, so I'll go anyway to check on him. Bethany, wait a minute. Sis? I told you I can't answer your call, didn't I? Sis, you may find this hard to believe. Your husband took his last breath before I arrived. What? You mean he died? Believe it or not. Yes, that's right. Is it true? It seems he slipped off a cliff while climbing the mountain. I have the backpack that belonged to him. Huh? How did you know about that before me? What do you mean? Could you please explain to me? I don't understand. I know it's hard to accept the fact that he died. It's so sudden. I haven't been able to think straight since yesterday. Anyway, I have a huge concern about that. What is it? I'm his wife, so I wonder why no one has contacted me to let me know about what happened to him. Don't you think that police usually call the spouse in this kind of circumstances? I don't know why that is. Isn't it because you're in the hospital? Besides, it's such a big case, and yet I haven't heard anything from his parents either. If their son died, they should have contacted me immediately, right? Something doesn't seem right. You're right. Anyway, sis, shouldn't you take care of his insurance and other formalities as soon as possible? Anyway, which police department contacted you? What was the name of the officer in charge? I can't remember. My mind is so blank. I was desperate too. I'm more concerned about the procedure. By the way, Judas said he was going on a golf trip with his colleagues. Why did he climb the mountain when he said that he was going on a golf trip? And it's funny that he even had a backpack. He doesn't bring a backpack to golf trips. Are you sure about that? And why are you here? I thought you told me that you went on a business trip overseas for 4 nights and 5 days. It was a mistake my company made. They didn't have everything ready for me. So, the business trip was postponed. Anyway, that's not the point, sis. Your husband passed away. We have to do all the formalities as soon as possible. I can't believe it. Because no one in my family has been notified, and no one has seen his body. Sis, don't you believe me? I want to believe you, but there are too many inconsistencies to make what you told me believable. What are you talking about in an emergency like this? Recently, Judas's attitude toward me has been strangely cold. He suddenly announced that he was going on an overseas trip. The dates are exactly the same as your overseas business trip. Something doesn't add up. Isn't that just your imagination? I don't know. Then maybe I should ask someone at the company. About what? Judas said he was going on an overseas trip with his colleagues from work. I wonder if anyone else is taking a vacation on the same dates. We need to check with those people about Judas too, right? I'll look into that. You're in the hospital, so it's hard for you to call and find out, isn't it? Bethany, you're lying, aren't you? Why? You're jumping to conclusions. Besides, I didn't miss anything you told me. What are you talking about? When I told you that Judas wasn't being helpful, you knew that he went on a business trip, right? I don't remember anything about that. And you also knew that Judas and I had exchanged messages the day before. That's impossible, isn't it? Only Judas and I could have known about it. I wonder... I realized that something's wrong at that time. What? Bethany, you're having an affair with Judas, aren't you? That's not true. Sis, at a time like this, there's no way I'm having an affair with your husband. Really? Then, can I report this to our parents and Judas's parents? I mean, I have to report it anyway. Well...
Hey, Rosie. You're such a nasty woman. How dare you deceive Bethany?
Bethany, how dare you have an affair with my own sister behind my back? I knew it right away. Why don't you come up with a better plan?
It's none of your business.
What do you mean? I'm hurt and I've been through a lot of difficulties. But you were going for an affair trip with my sister. You must be kidding me.
That's because you're not attractive. I'd rather be with Bethany than watching you in the hospital. You need to consider my feelings.
When did you become such a heartless person? It's crazy to think that you were trying to erase yourself from the world.
I don't care about that.
You shouldn't have done that. You faked it because you didn't want to pay alimony since you were having an affair. You thought that if you were gone before the affair was discovered, you wouldn't have to pay alimony. It's really childish of you to think that way.
Shut up. This is what happened because you didn't take care of yourself, right?
Huh?
This happened because you tried to depend on someone else.
I don't understand what you're saying.
I told you to buy it yourself if you need something. And then you tried to get Bethany to bring your clothes for you. You got yourself into this mess.
What a dumbfounded reason. You're so pathetic that I'm about to cry just by hearing you blabbering nonsense. I wonder why did I marry someone like you?
Well, you made your own choices and you deserve what's coming to you. I've always been the way I am. You cried and said you loved me. So I married you out of pity. And you have a good income. So it wasn't that bad. But you got carried away.
That's terrible. Is that why you married me?
That's right. When I heard you are going to be in the hospital for a long time, I thought you'll lose your income. So I have no reason to stay together with you. And now that Bethany is here, I had no choice but to divorce you.
You were thinking about such a terrible thing?
It would be a waste to pay alimony to a woman like you. That's why I thought of a way to avoid paying alimony.
I didn't know you were that much of a scumbag.
You were able to experience the joys of marriage, even though it was only for a little while. Be thankful for that.
Hey, that's rude.
A lame girl like you isn't popular among guys. You should be thanking me for getting married to you.
What kind of scum are you? I'll never forgive you.
I'm going to be together with Bethany. I don't need you to forgive me.
Okay then. As soon as Bethany started nagging me, I contacted an investigation agency and had them gather evidence. Even this communication is one of those evidences.
Investigation agency?
Yes, that's right. I have a picture of you and my sister walking happily, holding hands in the departure lobby of the airport. Thank you for leaving us so much evidence. I'll ask my lawyer to take care of the rest. I don't think I'll have any trouble.
Look, I'll pay you the alimony. In exchange, will you plead out to both parents about what happened with Bethany?
Huh? What do you mean?
Both parents are furious. Even if it's good for me, I feel sorry for Bethany. She said that her parents will cut ties with her.
That's what I heard too.
Then what you have to do is to fix the story for Bethany's sake.
Why?
You're her sister, right? Aren't you supposed to help your sister out when she's having a hard time?
Don't be silly. Who do you think is the victim here? I was seriously injured and spent a long time in the hospital while enduring pain and suffering from the rehabilitation. But you didn't even come to visit me. To top it all off, you were having an affair with my own sister. If my injuries don't heal, I'll sue you for inflicting injury.
Huh? I didn't cause your injuries.
You inflicted emotional distress on me when I was injured. If the injuries don't heal as a result, then you're guilty of inflicting injury, right? And of course, I'll get compensation for that.
What a nasty woman. You're ripping me off.
That's quite the thing to say. I'd be depressed too if you said that much. Well, I'll never forgive you and Bethany for sure.
What?
How could I possibly forgive you after being told that much? Luckily, I'm really glad that my in-laws are sensible people. They seem to be taking this matter very seriously.
They won't even talk to me. What did they say?
They say they'll pay the alimony in a lump sum and make sure you won't run away. Your parents said that they're going to make you work and pay for the money they have paid on your behalf.
Oh no.
I've given my parents-in-law the contact information for the lawyer. I'm sure they're working things out with both sides. Don't underestimate me that I'm not capable of doing anything just because I'm in the hospital. Besides, I heard you're building a house right now.
How do you know that?
I told you, I had the investigation agency check it out. You probably started the construction because you were hoping for the insurance money. Are you stupid? There's no way that such an obvious cover-up story would work. There's no way you'll get the insurance money.
That's a lie. Then where are we going to live?
I'm getting divorced, so I don't care about that. Why don't you talk to Bethany instead? You were supposed to live together with her, right?
There's no way I can talk to Bethany about that. She's much younger than me.
I see. Seems that you are too proud to do that.
I've had enough. But if you're getting a divorce, there's the division of property.
Huh? Stop talking nonsense. The savings I have now are what I saved when I was single. What you saved before marriage is not included in the property division.
You started saving after we were married, remember?
I did save money, but you spent it all on such things as golf, cars, business suits, and so on.
You're lying.
I'm not lying. It's obvious if you see the savings account in your shopping history.
So what am I supposed to do?
I don't know. I said I'm divorcing you, so just be prepared for that. You can handle the rest on your own. You're the one who did this to yourself.
No way. Then let me tell you, building that house was also Bethany's wish. She said she'd make the down payment with me, so I stepped in. In the end, I found out that she didn't have a penny saved up. That's one of the reasons we planned this.
I knew it. That girl has zero financial sense since she was a little girl.
Really?
She spent everything she had and borrowed money from her parents many times. I wonder if her personality will ever change. I hope she didn't borrow money elsewhere after our parents got mad at her.
You're kidding, right? What are we supposed to do?
I don't know. Why don't you discuss with Bethany?
Don't be so cold. You're my wife and her sister, right? You could at least help us out a little.
I can't believe how brazen you are. When I was in the hospital with an injury and feeling sad, you didn't even show me any kindness. On top of that, you were having an affair with my own sister. I'm not going to do anything to help both of you. Let's talk about the rest through a lawyer. Tell that to Bethany too.
Please, don't do this to me.
Well then, take care. Thanks to the lawyer's help, the divorce was successfully finalized, I got both Judas and Bethany to pay me alimony for the affair. There was plenty of evidence of the affair, such as pictures and talk history, so they had no choice but to admit to the affair. However, I was just a little bit merciful that I didn't bring up the cover-up story. Bethany, who had run out of money, cried and asked our parents for help. Naturally, she was turned away at the door. It was her own fault, so she deserves that. Of course, the house that they had almost built together was also destroyed. With nowhere to live, they were forced to rent a shabby apartment near my parents-in-law's house to make ends meet. They're currently living under the supervision of my parents-in-law. Bethany could not stand such a life and decided to leave the apartment. Neither my parents nor I know what happened to them after that. I'm now living at home with my parents supporting me. After a long period of rehabilitation, I finally feel renewed as I get closer to returning back to work.